Do you ever sit back and think about what North Korea's most powerful person must be doing? Or wondering about his lifestyle? Well, welcome to our channel. Today we'll be telling you about the life of Kim Jong Un and how he spends his life. Let's begin! No one has any doubts that North Korea is one of the poorest places in the world. It's been almost 15 years and over 10 million people in North Korea have been living in situations similar to starvation because they have so little food. For this reason, it seems likely that their supreme leader also lives a simple, ordered life with only the most basic comforts. It would be wrong to say something like that. The way Kim Jong Un lives is perfect for an emperor in every way. Take his eating habits, for example. No matter what happens to his people, who often go sick or even die from not getting enough food, he always has lobster and caviar. No matter what, he always has lobster and caviar. Here's a short list of the things that Kim Jong Un buys with his billions of dollars instead of feeding his people. It's clear that Kim loves expensive brands and items, as shown by his collection of expensive cars. Even though the United States and United Nations have put strong restrictions on North Korea, Kim Jong Un has been able to buy a number of very expensive cars. The Maybach S62 and the Maybach S600 are part of them. Both are Kim's official state-provided cars. Besides these two, he also has a fleet of Mercedes-Benz G-Wagons, a few Rolls-Royces, and other Land Rovers that have been customized and rigged up. Simply put, these are very expensive cars that can be rented out and driven around by a personal driver. We all know that Kim has gone crazy at times and, as a result, ordered the killing of his generals in the strangest and scariest ways possible. On the other hand, everyone knows that he gives really expensive gifts to people he likes. Pricey things like fur coats, jewelry, and other pricey fashion pieces like rare spirits and fashion watches are included. It looks like Kim Jong Un has given his generals more than $4 billion in the last 7 years. There are more than 90,000 people working for the leader of the Republic of North Korea's security staff right now. Most of them are women. Even so, Kim Jong Un is said to have brought in martial arts experts from China and Russia to teach a group of men that Kim personally chooses. The experts in China and Russia teach these guys what they need to know. Individuals who are frequently seen running alongside his cars are his personal bodyguards. There are several boats that Kim Jong Un owns. The most well-known one was built in the UK by a company called Princess. The 95 MY isn't the newest or most cutting-edge boat, but it is without a doubt one of the nicest. It looks like 24 people are working there to help only 16 people. On the second-hand market, it's worth between $7 million and $8 million. You may be thinking that it's not possible to drink that much in a year and still live. These numbers start to add up when you drink 2 or 3 bottles of the world's best champagne every day. Kim also likes cognac and often buys hundreds of bottles of the best old cognacs. He does have his own party island. NBA player Dennis Rodman from the United States was once treated by Kim Jong Un in North Korea. Rodman said in several interviews after coming back to the United States that he and Kim would often party late into the night on Kim's private island, which had a football pitch, a basketball court, party boats, swimming pools, and even a water park. China is one of the few countries that hasn't said anything bad about the hermit state. Whenever Kim needs to go to China, he usually takes his own train, which has its own tracks in North Korea and some parts of China. Few details are known about the train, but some sources say that despite how it looks, it's actually a mobile command unit equipped with the latest transmission technology, expensive French wines, and a lot of caviar and lobsters. It's clear that the man has high expectations. It breaks my heart, though, that his people are still dying of hunger. This shows how crazy the man is even more. Let's talk about how this man rose to power. Kim Jong Un is the current leader of a family that has ruled North Korea since the 1950s. He took power when he was young and has ruled with an iron hand ever since. Kim has kept a tight grip on North Korea, and his people don't have many freedoms because they're afraid they'll be killed by nuclear weapons, tense relations with South Korea and the US, and constant threats of war. While that was going on, Kim met with President Donald Trump twice after having the worst and most hostile conversations with the U.S. Commander-in-Chief in his country's history. Additionally, over the years, stories have spread about Kim Jong Un's health, and a lot of guesses have been made about who might take over as leader. But despite all of this, not much is known about Kim. However, a book released in 2019 called The Great Successor has some interesting facts about his childhood. These are the things we know about Kim, such as how he became one of the world's scariest leaders. Kim was born to Kim Jong Il, who would become the leader of North Korea, and Ko Young-hee, who was his wife. Kim was the only child they had. His older brother was born first and was named Kim Jong-chul. His younger sister was born after him and was named Kim Yo-jong. Kim Jong Un was born in 1982, but the year of his birth was allegedly changed to 2014 to make it more meaningful, since it was 70 years since Kim Il-sung's birth and 40 years since Kim Jong-il's birth. Several sources say that these are the reasons why the year was changed. An official record said that Kim Jong-un was born on January 8, 1984. This was the date that the U.S. Treasury Department put sanctions on him in 2016. Great leader Kim Il-sung, who was the grandfather of the current ruler, was in charge of North Korea at this time. He was known for being very strict. He didn't have as much of a guarantee of becoming boss as his son Kim Jong Un did. Kim Jong-il was the clear heir apparent. Kim has a son named Kim Jong-un. Pak-un, as Kim Jong-un is also called, went to an international school in Gunlingen, Switzerland, where people spoke English. He was said to be the son of someone who worked at the North Korean mission. He lived in the suburbs with his aunt, Ko Young-suk, his uncle, Ri Gang, and their 3 children, according to Anna Fiffield's book, The Great Successor, The Divinely Perfect Destiny of Brilliant Comrade Kim Jong-un. Her book, The Great Successor, The Divinely Perfect Destiny of Brilliant Comrade Kim Jong-un, written by Anna Fiffield, says that he lived in the suburbs with his aunt, Ko Young-suk, uncle Ri Gang, and all 3 of their children. Kim finished her schooling in Switzerland and then went back to her home country to finish her military training. Kim Jong-un is seen by many in North Korea as the great leader, Kim Il-sung living again as his younger self. Following the death of his father, Kim Jong-un was quickly made supreme leader of North Korea. After Kim Jong-il died of a heart attack on December 17, 2011, his son, Kim Jong-un, took over North Korea and gave it the world's 4th largest military, nuclear weapons, and other important things. Because their father thought their older brother Kim Jong-chul was effeminate and not strong enough, he took over as boss instead. As reported by The Australian, his older brother Kim Jong-nam has also said things that he doesn't like about the government. He was put to death in 2017, and it's thought that North Korea gave the order. When Kim Jong-un took over as leader of the country, he was about 30 years old. This made him the youngest head of state in the history of the world. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and comment down your thoughts on this, and subscribe to the channel.